Hello and welcome back to a very special video, as today we are going to be counting down the top 10 moments of the year in the Pokemon anime. This has been a tough year for everybody, but we've had some great moments in the anime which deserve to be celebrated as fans. So be sure to let me know what your favourite moments are in the comments, and I hope you enjoy. So to start things off, I want to give a huge shout out to a certain moment which took place on the 15th of September, National Ash Ketchum Day. This was a huge accomplishment by the whole community, and of course the legend himself, Entity Maze, who created the hashtag to celebrate Ash finally winning the Pokemon League. So a massive shout out to everyone who got involved on the day and tweeted out the hashtag, and of course shout out to everyone who made videos to celebrate it. And it was recognised by both Ash Ketchum voice actors Veronica Taylor and Sarah Natachoni, and then by the official Pokemon Twitter and YouTube accounts who acknowledged the hashtag. So the day will from now on hopefully be known as National Ash Ketchum Day. So that was the best moment of the year for the Pokemon anime in my opinion, but the top 10 moments on this list are actual moments from the anime, whereas this was just a special anniversary that was celebrated, so I just wanted to add it to this video. Next up I have 3 honourable mentions that just missed out on the list. First up is Ash capturing Gengar. This was obviously a big moment for Ash to capture a really famous ghost type from his home region Kanto. But I didn't want to include this in the top 10 because the list would have been way too focused on Ash's captures. The second honourable mention is Goh capturing Flygon. This was a big moment for Goh, as it seemed this is where he started to turn a corner as a trainer, coming up with new strategies similar to Ash's, and he just continued to grow after this episode. And then the final honourable mention is Ash capturing Farfetch'd. Again, similar reason to Gengar for this not making the top 10. But it was a fantastic moment and a really good battle between Riolu and Farfetch'd in a capture that shocked us all, as we thought Goh would get it and Ash would get Sobble. It's just a shame Farfetch'd hasn't really done much since being captured. So coming in number 10 is Goh versus Zapdos. This moment is a pretty recent one, but I think it deserves to make the list as it was such a big accomplishment for Goh as a trainer. He went from not really knowing how to battle at the start of the series to going toe to toe with a legendary Pokemon. He's grown so much over such a short amount of time, and maybe his development was slightly rushed, but this is still an immense moment for him, and also for his Reboot, who got the upper hand of Zapdos in the battle. And it wasn't even down to pure strength, but also strategies that he learned, including the one that he used to help capture Flygon. Also, I like that Goh didn't capture the Zapdos in this episode, because it seemed to set up a future storyline where Goh might capture one of the legendary birds one day. Coming in number 9 is Ash catches Dragonite. This moment was something no one expected. Coming all the way back in January, we were just 10 episodes into Journeys and everyone was asking the same question: when is Ash going to capture his first Pokemon in this series? It was different to previous regions where he would capture a new Pokemon pretty much straight away within the first 5 episodes at least, but he went 9 episodes here without a capture, and we were all worrying because Goh was out here capturing everything. But then Journeys throws this surprise our way with Dragonite, the Kanto region's pseudo legendary, a Pokemon that just seems perfect for Ash to own. And this moment began Ash building one of his strongest teams, and it's different this time because it's not Pokemon from new regions. It's an all-star team of past popular Pokemon that we have all wanted Ash to get. This episode itself was solid, and the capture moment right at the end shocked everyone and completely broke Twitter. Number 8, Bea Enters the anime. So similar to the previous one where we were wondering which Pokemon Ash will capture first, we were also wondering who will be Ash's main rival for this series. Each series has a main rival for the most part, and they play a crucial role in Ash's journey, so we needed a strong trainer to play that role. And I was hoping there would be Bede or Marnie, and we could still get that, but the anime introduced us to the gym leader Bea, and it made perfect sense. Ash is not taking on the gym challenge in this series, so why not make her a rival? And straight away from the debut episode they set up just how strong she is, by showing her take down Karina and a Mega Lucario, and then completely destroy Ash without Ash even getting a win. The first battle between them was really good because Ash winning most of his battles up to this point, he didn't really struggle too much, and this moment was where things took a turn. Ash lost the battle and then went on to lose a few more battles, and he got real depressed about it. And despite kind of being rushed and weirdly formatted, It was a nice mini arc that Ash went through, and I can't wait to see the rivalry between Bea progress in the future. Number 7, Ash vs Karina. Before Bea entered the mix, we got an appearance of another fighting type powerhouse, the gym leader from Kalos, Karina, and a massive fan favourite, and one of my favourites. This was an exciting moment because it cemented the fact that we're going to be getting more and more characters return from previous regions, and we all love to see old characters return, no matter who it is, and weirdly enough we're getting a whole bunch of fighting type gym leaders return because we saw Chuck as well. But Karina returning was a massive moment. When she appeared next to Mai, it wasn't just a one-off episode, she had her own mini arc within about 4 episodes. That's why she's so loved by the fanbase. It was really the perfect choice for a returning character. And even better, we got to see a World Championship battle between her and Ash. And Ash got to take down her Mega Lucario once more, and a massive moment for Ash's Dragonite to shine. And it put in some major work in this battle. Coming in number 6, Goh and Tokio. This was a massive episode of Journeys as we got some well needed backstory for Goh. At this point in the anime, people were still unsure about Goh as a character, and I felt this episode came at a perfect time. It remains one of my favourite Journeys episodes so far. We got so much into Goh's childhood and how he was left alone, and we saw his old friend Tokio, who he thought abandoned him while he was on a trip in Johto. It was a very emotional episode, and I'm hoping we get some more episodes like this in Journeys. Number 5, Ash catches Riolu. Now I know this one is really obvious, but I feel like the halfway spot on the list was perfect for it. Episode 21 of Journeys came around, we got a few promotional materials regarding this brand new Pokemon egg that Ash is going to be obtaining. And there was a few Pokemon that were in contention, including Sobble, Grookey and Tyrogue. But Riolu was also there, and we all knew that this was finally going to be the moment that Ash is going to get a Riolu. He has the aura connection with Riolu and Lucario shown twice in the anime already, of course the movie, and then again in the Kidnapped Riolu episodes, so it was finally his turn to get one of his own, and the episode handled it perfectly, implementing the aura connection with Ash and this egg in the best way possible, not overdoing it either. And after 15 years, Ash finally has a Riolu, and it was a moment for all of us fans to celebrate. Number 4 is the Darkest Day arc. This is kind of cheating, but this is the spot for the whole 4 episodes. I couldn't really pinpoint one moment in this arc to pick from. I think the arc as a whole was done really well. It adapted the Sword and Shield storylines perfectly, and I know it might not have made many changes to the games, but I felt it stood on its own as a really good story. Each episode moved the plot along nicely, and some episodes may have suffered from lack of setup, but it didn't matter too much. I thought Ash and Goh fit into the Galar plotline as the 2 legendary heroes, and it made so much sense to make them both the ones to summon Zacian and Zamazenta. So I guess if we were to pinpoint any one moment from this arc, then it would be the final battle with Eternatus, where Ash and Goh hold up the Sword and Shield to summon the 2 legendaries. I think this was a really nice moment. Of course there was another bigger moment that we saw, but we'll talk about that a bit later. Number 3 is Leon vs Lance. This one is really special for me, as it was a moment that the series took a massive step and showed everyone that they aren't playing around. Old characters are going to return, and this was the first here with Lance returning. We hadn't seen Lance in the anime since the Advanced Generation series 721 episodes ago, so it's a huge deal. This is 16 years ago, and personally I love this kind of stuff. I love Lance returning, I loved Chuck returning, anything from the original series that no one expects, I'm all for it. But Lance is a huge character, he's so popular, he was the first real champion we saw in the anime, and he's one of the originals from the games, so it was a perfect choice to have him return to face the new champion Leon. It was like the old guard passing the torch to the new. But overall this moment was just huge, as it meant that we could see more returning characters in the future, and we have seen that in Karina, Chuck and the Alola gang. And of course the battle itself was awesome, with Lance's Red Gyarados returning. Number 2, Ash returns to Alola. This moment was huge. We got the new opening for Journeys, and we got that small clip of the Alola gang, and everyone freaked out. Twitter went crazy, YouTube went crazy, the whole community came together to appreciate Alola and the hype just continued all the way through up until we got the episode. We kept getting new information, new screenshots such as Kukui and Burnett's baby. It was just a really positive time in the community, and the new opening breakdown is my highest viewed video, so personally for me it was also a great moment for my YouTube channel. But having Ash return to Alola so soon after becoming champion was really good. It wasn't like past regions where he didn't see Dawn and Sinnoh, he didn't see Serena and Kalos, but with Alola we knew when this episode finally came it had to be big and it had to be done right, and it was. It captured the Sun and Moon feel. Ash's friends were all there except Lily, of course. His old Pokemon were all there. We got to meet Kukui's little baby. Everything about it was perfect. I guess the only issues were how it fit in with the timeline with the other episodes, but that's a different problem altogether. If you look at this episode and moment on their own, it's one of the best so far in Journeys, and that's saying something since this episode is basically another episode of Sun and Moon. But overall, this was just a fantastic moment for the whole community to come together and enjoy this episode. So before we get into number 1, I want to make a shout out to everyone on Twitter who responded to my tweet, and here's a bunch of your favourite moments from the anime in 2020. But coming in first place, the best moment, in my opinion, in the Pokemon anime 2020 is Ash finally gets Lucario. This had to be number 1 for me for a few reasons. Obviously, we have all wanted Ash to get a Lucario for so long, 15 years. There's been countless videos and speculations where people have said how much they want him to get it. And finally, the day came. Obviously, he had Riolu, and him getting that was pretty equal to this one, as we knew it would mean he would eventually get a Lucario one day. But I thought the number 5 spot was good for that moment, then it wouldn't be too close with this one. But the writers knew that they had to make this evolution work, and they had to make it big. It had to happen in an immense way, and they definitely did that. Ash, while facing down the main villain of Sword and Shield, Chairman Rose and Riolu being crushed to death, starts to glow. It evolves into the boy Lucario. It was awesome. We finally got the moment we've been waiting for, and then it goes on to show its power by taking down both of Rose's Pokemon. It was an epic conclusion. My only problems with this are maybe it was overshadowed a little by the Darkest Day arc and the battle with Eternatus coming straight after it, and then secondly the fact it was spoiled for us. But other than that, it was a really well executed evolution. I think the Alola hype was more significant to the Lucario hype. I think there was more people excited when Ash returned to Alola, but for me this one is more important for this year and this series, and that's why it made number 1 over Alola. And it just wouldn't feel right putting Alola at number 1 for a year when Journeys is the main anime. So in my opinion, number 1 is Ash finally getting his Lucario. So that is my top 10 moments from the year of 2020 in the Pokemon anime. Of course, be sure to let me know your top moments of this year. There's been some really great ones, and I think I covered most of the best ones on this list. It was a really good year for the anime, and also a really good year for my YouTube channel. So thank you all for subscribing, watching, liking, all of that stuff. I do appreciate it. Also massive thanks to all the other Anipoke YouTubers who have supported me, including the 2 amazing collabs I was involved with both Raph and Zach, which were just so cool to be able to be a part of. And also a shout out to all the other amazing creators that inspire me, such as Zorro, Tom, Infamous, Trayman, Brian aka Zero Voltage, and Entity Maze, and of course many more. Sorry if I forgot you. But thank you for watching. Be sure to let me know your best moments of the anime of 2020. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.